back to my channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you just arrived. I'm going to go grease my lorry, not the trailer just got greased for its MOT. We'll do that at a later date. We're just going to focus on my unit at the moment. Now, she's a wee bit low to the ground. I can get underneath her, but for this video I'll show you my cheap ramps I use just to give it that wee bit extra height. Forgive the mess in the clutter. So, I have these steel ramps, and you just drive the front of the lorry up them, just lifts them an extra foot off the ground. It makes it so much easier to crawl underneath. They're also easier, I'm just proving it. They're not the worst, not the easiest either. Now, look at the clearance we have under that. Now we can get right under there and test squeezing my skinny arse under there. Get under there very easy. I'll show you what I'm going to do with the grease gun. Oh, remember to order some more grease, Sandy. We are getting short, and get yourself a couple of rags as well. Now, it's not the worst of weathers, but I'm putting my suit on. This is one of the best things I've ever inquired. Stick this on in all weathers and you couldn't really care. People say, oh, why do you have a shed? Why do you have that? Well, one, they cost money. Yeah, mainly because they cost money. And it's not a luxury I can do. Plus, I can cope with just one of these bad boys. I'm all snug now. So I make my life a lot more easier by having an electric grease gun. This is a Milwaukee, doesn't have to be a Milwaukee. I think Sealy make one as well. There you go. Now this, sticking it in, then trying to pump it and whatnot, just plug, pull and play. Right, the first one you're going to get are the front of your springs, okay? There's one either side, that's your grease nipple just there. Okay? And then your next set on each side of the steering axle. There's one at the bottom here. Okay, there's one grease nipple. The other one's just at the top. Right, same each side. One at the top, one at the bottom. And then at the back of the spring, you've got two. And you can see that, so there's one at the bottom, one at the top. So remember that, the back of the spring, you've got two grease nipples. The front of the spring, you've got one. Alright, same either side. Grease gun on, pull the trigger. There we go. So as you can see, whole grease pumping out, there you go, that's all greased up. No. Oh. And there we go, all greased. Right, that's all greased up. I probably should soon get this back up in the ramps like so and wash underneath. She's not like this is dirty, but see, like excess grease building up is not good either. So what we'll do is we'll get all the crap grease off, like all the old, and it's all mixed in with the dust and the shit, and then fill it with fresh grease. But we'll do that now because you need to do that quite regular, especially in the jobs that I do. There's a lot of wear and tear, and that keeps it right down if you keep on top of your grease. And I'm going to quickly top her up with oil while we're at it as well. Now on my lorry, my filler is, we call it, located right beside the dipstick as well, which is handy. That's the oil it takes right there, LDF4. Now I'm seeing this for the first time. Let's see it, she looks clean. That is clean, wee bit of moisture, but that's nothing to really worry about of a lorry this age. That is a good sign. Look, that is nothing, that is good. Wee bit of moisture, but nothing to worry about. I know some of you are thinking, oh, but there's moisture, that must be something to worry about. Not that, honest to God, not that much. I've like taken bloody them caps off and they've been full of foam and goo, and boys are not bothered about it. Right. This is the downside of a Scani, right? Very bad for it. They're hard to tell the oil level, because when you get to a certain age, the stick just doesn't read. I don't know why. They're always a pain. Right, let's have a look. Well, see, this is why we check. So just double check that one more time and then I'll show you. This is why we check. Because I work in a very hilly area and I pull quite heavy loads, my engine does rev quite a lot, and I find that tends to burn a bit more oil. So, alright, look at that. We are on the minimum, which is fine, but it is still the minimum. And we want to be right here in the middle. There's the maximum, there's the minimum. We want to be right in the middle, so let's give it a wee top up. I'm just going to stick a wee bit at a time because we don't want to go too much, because it's a lot harder to get it out than it is to get it in. I should really get myself an actual measuring jug for this. In fact, I'll make a point to get one of them for next time. A wee bit more, okay. That'll do it. Give it a minute to settle. And also, once you've checked her, dipped her, and all sorts, start her up, let her run for a bit, and then check her again after. Aha, look at that. Look at that. So bad for a first time. Double check that one more time, but that landed right on the minimum straight away. Ha! Look at that. See where the dark oil is? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. See? Good at that. But we'll start her up as well. Let that run through. Obviously as well, while we're under the grill, be careful what you do with this engine's hot. When the engine's hot, that'll all be pressurised. So you do it very slowly. But right now the engine's cold, that's fine to come off. See? Nice and clean. Water level's nice, just there. Right in the middle as well, so she's not using water either. There we go. Okay, let's start her up. Right, we started her up, we let her sit and tick over for 5 minutes, then we've turned her off, we've let her settle. Let's check, see where she's at. Remember I said it's very, you gotta watch your Scani dipsticks. Aye. That's her coming up to where she needs to be, right in the middle. I'm just going to chat one more time. Because, you know, the saying, check it or wreck it. That's the last thing we'll be doing in today's age, is wrecking an engine. Because that would probably put me out of the game pretty quick. Aye, we're coming up to the right mark there. Perfect, that's what we like. Right guys, there you go. You want to drop a comment, like, subscribe, the usual yaddy. I don't really care. All I'm just trying to aim for is just to show you a few wee neat tricks and quicks if you ever have your own truck, or you want to just work on the truck you drive for someone else. I know some companies do not allow it, but there are still companies out there that like it, and they do like to see a driver a bit of initiative that knows this kind of stuff. It is quite a bit of the trade that is leaving us, sadly. A lot of guys don't know what to do. They just pick up their phone, they leave it to that. Me, I'm more old-fashioned. I grew up in the industry. I love getting stuck in, and it is my truck as well. Obviously, I'm going to have more pride in it, but I've always been like that when I worked for other people as well. I think it's just good for yourself as well. Personally, that's what I think, but that's just my opinion. Remember that. But as I said, please leave a comment. I always appreciate it. And comment on other things you would like to see. Give me ideas. I'll try and find the time to make more videos when we've got moments. Right, here we go. Flat out, flat broke. Ooshed.